always two sides to a story, and this should bring out the right side. We know our son. We know that he's not a pedophile like some of these newscasters are saying. That is not true.
A pedophile is someone that, well, they prey on children in the wrong way. You put them in jail, and it's a repeated thing. You put them in jail and you can keep them for 15 years. They come out and they do the same thing and they go right back to jail.
On the 25th of November 2003, Michael Joe Jackson was arrested on a series of child molestation charges.
The felony complaint involves 9 counts. 7 counts of 288A in violation of the California Penal Code, commonly known as child molestation, and 2 counts in violation of Penal Code Section 222 that involves administering an intoxicating liquor to a child for the purpose of committing a felony.
Tomorrow, the trial of the people of the state of California versus Michael Joe Jackson will commence. A member of the world's best-known musical dynasty, since his arrest, his family has closed ranks to support their most famous son. Over the last few months, his parents have not spoken publicly about the charges and impending trial. International interviewer Daphne Barrack has managed to secure an exclusive interview with Michael Jackson's parents, Joe and Catherine Jackson. Filmed on 2 separate occasions over the last few days at their Las Vegas home, this unique interview explores their belief in their son's innocence and the forces they insist are conspiring against him.
We are talking right now on the eve of Michael's trial, and tell me, what are you going through, Kate? I mean, is it painful, stressful, making you angry? What are you going through?
Anger, very painful. I can't sleep at night. I do a lot of praying. I can't talk too much about the case, but I know my son, and this is ridiculous. We have a lot of wicked people out there, and they know what they're doing. I can't say anything else. When they took him down to the jail and when I saw him put handcuffs on him, that hurt worse than anything else.
It is racism. It is. Catherine's not going to say it, but I will say it. It is racism.
You think if Michael were white, it wouldn't have happened?
Come on, we raised him. We know what he's about. And we know who's trying to do all of this, too. We know about all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
For you as a mother, how difficult it is to even say, people think my son is a pedophile. It's probably a horrible thing for you even to say.
Yes, I feel really bad that people think that way, but I know in my heart that he's not that way. And so that's what keeps me going. Because if I thought he was a pedophile like some of the people think, and most of them think they talk a lot on television, I get so angry.
You mean the media?
Yeah, well, some people, they're
Everybody out here, Daphne, comes up to me and says, Joe, we're with you on your son. He said he's a nice kid, and we've been watching him all these years, and he's been raised right. We're with you 100% on it. That's what they think. That's what they say. It's not only coming from blondes and brunettes and redheads. It's coming from everybody.
Stop, Joe.
No,
I'm going to name it just like it is, Daphne. You know me. I'm going to cut right through the chase.
Already billed as the trial of the century, Michael Jackson's trial, like Michael Jackson's extraordinary life, is set to be a huge media event.
This is a very big deal, not only for Michael Jackson, but for the state of California. They've never had a case that's this big, this much under the microscope. I think to understand how big it is, realize there are 10 counts against Michael Jackson. If he's found guilty of only one of the counts, he goes to prison for 8 years. No cutting for good behavior, 8 years, and then more time for any other count that he might be found guilty of.
The child at the center of the case is a cancer victim who was 13 when the alleged crimes took place. Despite an investigation by the authorities, initially the child's family denied the charges. However, they later changed their minds and Michael Jackson was charged.
Are you going to go to the trial every day? What are you going to do?
Well, yes, I'm going to support my son.
So you're going to be there every day?
I don't know about every day, but I'll be there whenever I can, as much as I can.
How is Michael taking it the last 13 months? I mean,
Michael is doing fine. He's doing what he's supposed to do, taking care of his family, and they're living well. And his financial situation, he's okay.
how is the rest of your children taking what's happening? I mean, is it difficult for them? I mean, is somebody taking it more difficult? Somebody taking it, you know?
I think it's difficult for all of them.
Yeah, they're all very angry at what's going on because they know their brother and they know how he was raised by their family, you know, because we really raised them right. We didn't raise them for other people come along and take advantage of them because they're some good kids, all of them.
Whatever they're saying out there, and a lot of people get on television just to be on television and say things about people. They don't know him. They don't even know what they're talking about. But they have to remember there's a family out there that love that person they're lying on and talking about, and especially a mother. And she have feelings, and she love her children. And they should think about what they're doing before they get on television telling all the lies. And you reap what you sow. What goes around comes around.
If you were like a character witnesses for him, what would you say about him?
And Michael, he would give his last to anybody if they needed it. That's just the way he is. That's the way he's going to be, and that's the way he will be for the rest of his life.
My son is very generous, very giving, very loving. When Michael and I used to sit down and watch television, and we used to see the children in Africa, flies around their mouth. You remember that? They were just dying. And he'd sit there with tears streaming down his face. And I would too, both of us sitting there crying like two fools. And he said, Mother, one day I'm going to do something about that. And he said, I know I can't heal the world, but I can help. And he always stuck to that. And he has given millions of dollars to support children. My son would never hurt a child. He loved children too much.